I was raised a Catholic.
Right.
Only about as Catholic as an 8-year-old can be.
That's pretty Catholic. Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Back in my day, the only part of a child that a priest would touch is his heart.
Right. Through the arse?
My name's Alex O'Connor. I run a podcast called Within Reason. I talk about philosophy, so I spend my time discussing serious things with serious people.
Is religion the first sort of YouTube video?
It was the first one that took off, yeah.
Yeah.
I was responding to some Jehovah's Witnesses talking about homosexuality and
Right.
swearing a lot, and that was what took off.
You were swearing a lot?
I was swearing a lot, yeah.
Right. Because you were part of the what's called the New Atheists.
Oh, yeah.
There's no God. Is that... That's what they are, isn't it?
Yeah, careful with that. You know, the Bible says that blaspheming the Holy Spirit is the only unforgivable sin.
Yeah, fucking gay, isn't it? The Bible doesn't... Blasphemy, fucking... It's cool, isn't it? Cool. But you're an atheist, are you?
Yeah, agnostic, I would say. I think most Christians are agnostics too. When pressed, they would have to say that they don't really know if there's a God.
But that's more philosophical than a religious. I mean, that's kind of like that. There's faith is one thing, and then there's thought, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose most people's faith is not philosophical. That's not an insult. Philosophical theology might be a contradiction in terms. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know what you just said.
What are you going to do with that?
I guess you made your name in the early YouTube videos as an atheist.
Oh yeah.
A young kind of twinky atheist.
Why not? Yeah.
I guess you were inspired by the so-called Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Yes,
the
sir.
punk rock atheists: Dawkins, Hitchens, Sam Harris,
Daniel Dennett.
It gets you going, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
The old Hitchens speeches, particularly when he talks about the terrorist attacks.
Yeah.
What's your favourite terrorist attack?
Probably the genocides of the Old Testament against the Canaanites.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, man. Charlie Hebdo. That's fucking hilarious. They would never have seen it coming, wouldn't they? The little French cartoonist, ha ha ha! And then what if I make him have a really big, oh no, sacre bleu! You know, the one day French people turn up for work. How unlucky is that? Terrorists had actually been trying for 4 days, to be fair to them.
Is that right?
Yeah. Turned up. Oh, they're fucking on a long lunch again. Christ. Where are they? They can't be shaving their armpits. What the fuck are they doing? Say what you want about radical Islamic fundamentalists, but actually, no, I don't. Actually, don't do that.
I wouldn't do that.
They hate it.
I was doing YouTube, and then I waltzed into university like some kind of know-it-all with 150,000 subscribers, and just got repeatedly.
Oh, I see. You
slapped
went
around.
to uni with 150,000 subscribers.
About that, I think.
Crazy. And this is for your cool punk. There's no God shit.
That's right. Which sort of ran up against the brick wall of academic philosophy quite fast.
So then you do a theology in Oxford, is this it?
Philosophy and theology, yeah.
Philosophy.
Filthy for sure.
Filthy for short. I do like it.
You like that? You're
No, I like it when the nerds try and do little funny jokes. I'm studying filthy. I'm going to throw you in a canal. All these big courses have stupid little names, don't they? I mean, it seems nowadays, in order to be prime minister, you've got to study PPP, poo poo poo. Theresa May, David Cameron, they're all of them. Spent 4 years studying PPE poo 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 at Oxford. PPE dose, more like. What was Oxbridge like outside of your course? You know, university's a holistic experience.
It's a beautiful place architecturally.
Yeah.
Pretty small, not great nightlife, lots of pubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go to any of the pubs or?
I went to every pub in Oxford in one day on a 37 pub crawl.
Cool. Was the challenge to not kiss a woman at as many pubs as possible? Was that it? Let's see how many places I can not get laid in. Obviously, what people know about Oxbridge is it's, a lot of people who run the country go there, intellectuals such as yourself go there. The Oxford boat race, I assume you weren't involved in that. Unless there's a guy who's even smaller than the Cox who just sits there sucking him off or something. Is that what you do? You're like the kind of Cox of the Philosophy Bro podcast sphere, aren't you? You're just sort of like, you're there at the front with all these huge, like Huberman and Williamson, like, and you're like, think, read. Have you ever been on your lunch break thinking, I wish this was shorter, I want to go back to work, but now I've got to sit outside and chew. What am I, a cow? Well, you need Huel Black Edition. Now you can down your lunch. Long-time viewers of this show will know I'm a big proponent of liquid food. My wife swears by it. The gains she's made in the last few years are terrifying. Did you know that human beings are meant to eat 5 portions of fruit and veg a day? I know what you're thinking. What's veg? The only vegetable you've had in the last 3 years is that cucumber you shoved up your arse. Take it out your arse and put it in your mouth, you moron. Not that cucumber, buy a new cucumber and put that in your mouth. Do you see? Nutrition is a minefield. Huel Black Edition is a ready-to-drink, nutritionally complete meal containing the right amount of protein, essential fats, carbohydrates, fibre, vitamins and minerals. But, unlike solid foods, Huel also acts as a personality replacement. If you can't be bothered to do an ultramarathon but still want something to talk about at Guys' Night, try Huel Black Edition. Use the code FINFEB for £10 off. Jesus, in depictions up until very recently, was a white man.
Yes, broadly in European art, yes.
And that's kind of impossible, right?
Well, the Gospels don't really describe Jesus' physical appearance, but he probably wasn't a white Caucasian male.
Well, scientists have now used AI to actually come up with a much more accurate representation of what he looked like. He can't have been a white Caucasian male. Jesus was much more likely to have looked something like this. There he is, there's Jesus. Crucified, he was hung more like. No wonder there's no room at the inn. Christ.
Oh boy.
So let's start with the things that you all learn in Sunday school. You've got the parable of the Good Samaritan. Now, my understanding is this is one of Jesus' parables.
That's right.
So a Jewish man is taking a trip and he's robbed and beaten. Now, he says that what he means is that he had to pay full price for something. So people just sort of leave him there. Then, of course, there's Adam and Eve, and this is how the Bible starts.
This is just after the Bible starts. This is after the creation of the world.
Okay, so take us through it as briefly as you can. Bear in mind, my audience is complete thickos, not like yours. So big bang, wow, bang.
They are told by God not to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil because they'll die if they do. The serpent comes along and says...
Well, you're rushing ahead a bit, I think. So my understanding is that it's just Adam, right? Mm-hmm. And he's quite horny. And so he asks God, he says, I'm horny, can you help me out here? And God goes, yeah, I got you, brother. And he takes out his rib. And Adam's like, yeah, I get it. Well, starts sucking himself off, right? God, meanwhile, takes the rib and makes Eve. And then Eve comes down, and the first thing she sees of man is him in a forest cleaning, just sucking himself off. And the sexual dynamics never really move on from that, man and woman. No wonder she fucked the snake. Was that what happened?
There is a sort of esoteric theory in the history of Christianity that the eating of the fruit is a euphemism for Eve having sex with the serpent.
My wife was there, she'd eat the tree. Did you know it's impossible to suck yourself off? Did you know that? This is the closest anyone's ever got. Nearly, Tom. Nearly. Yeah, God's a woman, that's what you hear. A lot of feminists say these days, don't you?
Is it?
You don't hear that? God's got a huge rack.
That's what the feminists say, I've heard that.
God's got period cramps, hot water bottle, in her cozies, watching her programmes. Maths. God watching maths, is it? You make me sick, Alex. Of course God's a woman. Only a woman would kick a man out of the house for eating an apple. I was saving that for my girl dinner. Shut up! Do you know many women? Those people, their age gives them an authority to speak about such things as the Bible and ethics. And you're banging on about Occam's razor when it looks like you use fucking Occam's pube trimmer. My wife actually used to use a pube trimmer.
Yeah.
Were you like a lifelong vegan until recently?
No, it was sort of a few years. I couldn't keep it up practically. It was doing a number on my health.
You stopped being a vegan because of your health.
That's right.
Whereas now you're the picture of vitality. Big boy like you, vegan? I don't believe it. because I saw you, one of the first clips I saw of you was you do this thing with trolley problems.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to explain to our thick Argo listeners what a trolley problem is?
Well, imagine a trolley is going down a track.
Yeah.
And it's going to kill 5 people, and you can pull a lever and divert it onto a track that will instead kill 1 person, but you proactively pull the lever and kill that person. Would you pull the lever? That's the trolley problem.
Because we've got a thought experiment here. It's a trolley problem, but it's with there's 5 people. It's my stepson Jeffrey, who's. So what would you do? Would you pull the lever?
I think I would probably have to.
All right. So let's see. So you pull the lever, and the trolley. There's Jeffrey there. Look at him, gorgeous big boy. Pull the lever, and barely touched the sides. Oh dear. Absolute carnage. Killed everyone inside the train. Oh, and decapitated the guy as well. Look at that. And Anne Frank was in there as well. Because ethics is all about thought experiments, is that right?
Yeah, a lot of the time.
If you had a time machine, would you go back and suck off Hitler? No, don't worry, the Holocaust is still going to happen.
I see.
I just mean, like, are you into that kind of thing? Like, it's fine. It's baked in. You just got to go back and suck off Hitler. You know the fox, the chicken, and the grain?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, so we've actually got, this is another problem for you that I bet you like. This is probably what you play in your pub crawls. This is the child, the paedophile, and the lollipop, right? And you've got to get them over to the other side in a boat. Yeah. Now, obviously, you can't take a child with a lollipop because the child eats the lollipop. So the way that I would solve this is I'd move the paedophile over to that side, come back, I'd get the child, move the child over, give them some space, and then you've got a free lolly.
No, because when you took the paedophile over, the child will have eaten the lolly.
Oh, fuck. Philosophical tradition starts in Greece.
Socrates came first, yeah.
Socrates, does he have Down syndrome, or is that just the...
I think that's just how they make the marble.
And then you get into the Roman stuff, which is Marcus Aurelius, the Stoics.
Yeah, sort of resilience over suffering.
Because Marcus Aurelius' wife cheated on him.
Is that right?
Which I guess makes sense, isn't it? I mean, there's nothing more stoic than a cuck, is there? My name is Marcus Aurelius. Cuck to a fucked wife. Father to a disappointed son. And I will pretend to be okay with it in this life or the next. So anyway, so that's kind of Roman philosophy, and then fast forward a bit, religious philosophy, no foreskins, no pork. Enlightenment, bloody hell, pork's nice, let's have some of that. German philosophy, Mutti looks a bit fuckable today. And then you've got postmodernism, what is the age of consent, what is a child, and then post-clever, David Goggins, Stephen Bartlett, that's where we are now, isn't it? You can sum up a country's philosophy with a proverb, can't you? This French proverb, if there's grass on the wicket, let's play cricket. I must stress, though, I do not want to play cricket. I just mean I want to have sex with young girls or boys. I really do not like cricket. I just want to have underage sex. I think it was Descartes who said that. Right. Nigerian proverb, no Armani, no Punani, no spray, no lay, no splash, no gash. That's the school of toilet attendism. Then, of course, you've got an Indian proverb, send Bobs and Vagine. You know that one? All your fans use that one, do they?
I've heard of it.
Because everyone knows what karma means. You do good things will come to you.
Sure.
You do bad things will happen to you. Mm-hmm. I guess the real question is, what the fuck does sutra mean? Does it mean, forget what I just said, try and fuck your wife against the ceiling?
Yeah, what goes around comes around, I think.
And also, the Kama Sutra is heteronormative. For people who like engaging in man-woman sex, man-man sex, woman-woman sex, polycules, bicurious, all that stuff. This is my Kama Sutra for new dads. This is, there's a reverse cowgirl, windmill, doggy, foot upon shoulder, split the dust, put us back in two. So if you could talk us through this infinite number of monkeys theory, what's that about?
Yes, well, it's a way to demonstrate that given an infinite amount of random events, anything that can happen will happen. It's guaranteed. It's kind of like how your phone number is definitely somewhere in pi, because it's an infinitely long number. So if you had an infinite number of monkeys typing away randomly on a typewriter, at some point the complete works of Shakespeare would be produced.
Well, you say that. I mean, we actually tried giving my stepson Jeffrey an infinite number of typewriters, but it turns out in every simulation, in every universe, he was just trying to fuck the typewriter. You a big fan of The Matrix?
The film?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
The blue pill or the red pill, Jeffrey?
Red pill, I think.
Yeah. The red pill.
So the red pill in the movie, at least, is the one that sort of gives you the insight into reality. It shows you the world as it really is and sort of transforms your perception so that you get to sort of learn the truth.
So, Jeffrey.
My feet feel funny.
Christ.
Well, there was the sort of philosophical idea of living in a simulation, which previously people had imagined that somehow you're being deceived and your senses aren't giving you accurate information and the real world doesn't exist. That's quite hard to imagine, as Descartes tries to do with the evil demon. But something like the Matrix it makes it much easier because you can sort of actually visualize being inside a simulation and the external world. Something that doesn't really exist. And so to help people to imagine what it would be like to be external world through an illusion. I
feel sick.
No.
And no, that's fundamental to our picture of